not the same, but that's okay though. Vito.
Yeah, been cool. We are not the same.
No, we not.
I'm on a different plane.
Altitude.
A place that's far away
Far away.
from all you other lanes.
Y'all just saying.
We are not the same.
No, we not.
I'm on a different plane.
Altitude.
A place that's far away
Far away.
from all you other
Vito the Don.
AV the Swan, AV the Realist.
Vito the Illest.
And we are
ABV,
Straight No Chaser, a real show.
About real stuff.
Yes, for real folks.
Oh, see, one take.
One
See,
take.
It happens sometimes.
One takes. Yeah.
Yeah, man, we're back, man.
Hey, y'all.
I'm excited. You know, we're season 2,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So by, you know, implementing season 2, I feel like we'll be able to really just dig into some topics like the one we have today. You want to introduce it?
Y'all, today we're talking about, I was going to say a pretty sticky topic, but all of our topics are pretty sticky. But something that I think a lot of us can relate to.
Black people.
Being black in corporate America.
Yes.
We talking about it. We getting into it. There's a lot to be said.
Yeah, so I think the main question today is basically how do we navigate these spaces? We want to talk about how to navigate them, but not only navigate them successfully, but being authentic.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of times in corporate spaces, you know, people can lose themselves.
For sure.
And when you think you might, you know, have a brother or sister, you know, because you see someone that looks like you in a corporate space, sometimes they're like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not rocking with like that. I didn't get here because
Like
I
that.
cared about my people. So
Yeah.
it's challenging.
Yeah.
It's really challenging. I think the biggest thing is sometimes in corporate spaces, people are afforded the opportunity to be ignorant to blackness, right? Like, so I see a number of stories about, you know, black women and their hair being touched,
Yeah.
or the questions that are asked when, you know, one day you come in and you might have a bob or like I don't know, I don't want to mess up women hairstyles, but like a silk press, and then the next day
you
come
have a
in,
wig.
right, or box braids, or,
Braids.
right, and so I've seen a lot of awkward conversations. I've actually been in a situation where I've seen a white woman in authority touch a black woman's hair, and you know, the black woman whose hair was touched she didn't say anything because this woman was her superior.
Don't.
And yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Solange. And so,
Please don't.
no, we not shout out to Solange.
No, I was saying please don't touch my hair.
I was like, dang, what I miss in
no,
pop
no,
culture?
no,
Solange
no.
did
Solange
something?
is sis always.
Okay, I'm about to say.
Yeah.
That's Beyonce's sister,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I think by default, you got to be a fan of her. If you a fan of
Different conversation for a different day, but
Different
we love
day.
Solange. We love Solange down.
Hot take. Hot take.
Oh my God.
Is it Cranes in the Sky? Is that the name?
Yes.
I honestly think that's like the best work in the Knowles family.
So good.
In the Knowles family.
It's so good. In the Knowles family is a tall
The
statement.
Knowles family, I think.
But it's so good.
yeah.
But back to your point, I have been in that situation where I feel like white people just feel that they have to prove, especially in corporate spaces, that they are not racist. And by trying to be such an ally, they're inadvertently like offensive, very insensitive. So a lot of times people will walk in, especially in my particular profession, even now, your braids are so wonderful.
Like, what does that mean?
First of all, I don't have braids. I don't have braids.
You have braids?
I don't have braids. I have locks. But thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Or if I have my big earrings, I wear wooden earrings on purpose. Like, I'm very big with the head wraps and the big earrings and all the things. And they just feel like they have to,
Compliment you.
like they're doing the culture a favor by...
I can do without the compliments. I'm being
It's all
completely
right.
honest with
Because you don't get this for real.
Yeah, the one question that I hate being asked is, is the fact that, they always ask me like, I'm supposed to be in touch with some sort of whiteness because I have freckles. And then, you know me, like I'm like I turn into like super black whenever people start talking. So I get on the soapbox every single time.
As you should.
And I tell them about Aboriginal people who are my same skin color, have my same color hair, who have freckles, you know. And, you know, shout out to Kids Cups, man, because Kids Cups are everywhere when you're a parent, you know. And so we wanted to shout out to Kids Cups. But anyway, I have to get on the soapbox because a lot of times people ask questions, like stupid questions. Like, oh my God, you have freckles. Is your mom white? Like, no, my mom is not white.
I'm
and then
glad.
here's a crazy one. When they ask me, are you mixed?
That's crazy.
And I'm like, no, I'm not mixed.
That's crazy.
I'm not mixed at all. And then they just tell me, are you sure? Like, no, I don't know.
Are you sure is wild.
I look just like my dad.
Wow.
We just a different skin
Black people
color.
can't have freckles. That's
Right.
crazy. What about code switching? I do that real bad.
I don't.
Oh,
I stopped.
unfortunately. It's not as bad as it used to be, but I've always been in, my profession is that of hospitality. I'm just always serving in some way for my secular job.
Finance.
So it just takes being very crisp, very, you know, I'm presenting something, I'm representing something every time I speak or every time I open my mouth. So it's very much, hey, how are you doing? Hey, Elizabeth. Like, I literally take the color out of my voice and my twang. I don't think I can do too much about that, but I've literally heard myself taking the color out of my voice, trying to be more palatable or more, you know, I don't know why we do that. I don't know why we do, but it's bad.
Well, I used to, you know, whenever, you know, I would be in like, you know, spaces with superiors that maybe weren't the same color as me. And it was more of an intimidation or, like, I think we've been taught to, well, I don't say we because I don't want to speak for everybody, but I would say I have been taught that code switching was professionalism. Yeah, like, you know, you were taught that. And I remember even my mom, you know, like if my grandmama called or her sister called, you know, it was like, hello, hey, Niecy, and be like, oh, girl, what's going on? But if somebody called from work or a bill collector, you know, they asked for Marshawn. She's like, this is she, I'm gonna help you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like in spaces now, I think I'm kind of in a situation, it's a little bit different, you know, just because, you know, I'm at a black church, right? So what I do in the secular world, my entire team is black. I work in a black community, right?
You are so lucky.
But on the other side of that though, you still gotta be in spaces with white folks to show the progress in your work.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know what
that's
I'm saying?
true.
But-
Currently, I'm sorry, go ahead.
But all I was gonna say was I stopped code switching because I don't really care no more. So you're gonna get my whole authentic black self, and if you don't like it, then that's just what it is. When I see people in other spaces, hey, what's happening, bro? How you doing? I can't afford. Number one, it was giving me too much. I was being frustrated too much, and I already get frustrated behind just the oppressive nature of being in white spaces. Like I get frustrated by that. So that frustration, and then me not being my authentic self, and then me not being able to really say what I want to say.
Yeah.
Like if I can't say what I want to say, I'm at
so
least
bad.
say what I can the way that's authentically Vince.
Y'all, I'm the only black girl at my branch. And I have on many occasions caught myself, like just the black proverbs, the things that we know and would say, very in the pocket things, like I just be thugging it by myself. Like I can't say those things, or there are things that I can't necessarily laugh at because then I'm concerned it's gonna be an HR thing. Like it's just it's very difficult, and I'm the only black woman.
Well, you gotta, number one, there needs to be an advocate in that space. Number two, there also, I mean, I think that's maybe one of the first things that maybe you do. You know, you stick around long enough to get into a leadership position to bring somebody else in that you can advocate for.
Yeah.
To give that safe space.
Yeah.
Right. Like again, I'm fortunate. I'm really, really fortunate as a leader in my organization that I'm around black people.
Yeah.
We can have black conversations.
It's always difficult because it's not that they are. I don't get that they are racist, but you simply don't understand. You don't understand what it's like to be black. You know, the power and the culture behind my hair. You don't understand that. The head wraps. You just think it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cute.
Is it Kwanzaa?
You just think it's cute. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a neat idea. That's creative. Like,
man,
girl.
hey,
Girl,
hey,
what?
I know sometimes they be tripping out because when you walk into my office, it's a picture of Kobe, Michael Jordan, and LeBron, right? And you know, everybody likes sports, so that
Yeah.
ain't bad. But when you come around to my desk and you see that big picture of Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali,
Period.
But the reason why I got the picture I got was to show the humanality of those men.
Yeah.
Right? Because first and foremost, those men were not only feared physically, but they were feared mentally.
Yeah.
And that puts you in a very tough space as a black man when you're feared not only because of your mind, but also because of your physical strength.
Yeah.
And so me being a black man, but also a strong black man, also a black man with a black wife and black kids,
Right.
who preaches at a black church,
Right.
who stands on the church steps and tells these people that, you know, hey, what's going on in our communities isn't right. And also has the secular education to back it up.
Correct.
Like you walk in a room and it's already like a heaviness.
Yeah.
But I feel like if people are able to see the humanity in you, so that's why I have a picture of Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X on my desk where they're holding their children.
Yeah.
Because I want them to see that humanity. But the only other thing that I say is that we have to be able to find safe spaces in corporate America. And I'm gonna tell you this too. This wasn't even a part of our little pre-production notes, but you know that old saying that all kinfolk and all skinfolk ain't kinfolk,
for sure not.
because some of the biggest problems that I've had in corporate America have been from my own people.
Your own kind. It'd be like that.
Like I be like, dang, they said what?
Yeah.
Like I just helped you. You know, I
Yeah.
just, you know, you sent me this. I helped you with a report. I helped you with this.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it'd be like that. It really do. But I love us though. I really do. Like even you know, and I've subconsciously started to pay attention to my interactions with us versus them. And I hate to say it like that, but just noticing how lighter my voice may be, or when there's a black man that walks through the door, hey, how you doing? What can we do for you today? Like, it's just very much, or we find ourselves laughing about something, anything, you know, like it's just, the interactions are just so much more natural. Like, you understand me, I understand you, I'm the only one in here. You know what I'm saying? So it's things like that I pay attention to every day. I love us, but we are absolutely a piece of work.
Yeah, we can be.
Absolutely a piece of work.
And I think, too, the reason why we also got to advocate for each other, because a lot of times promotions and advancement opportunities really don't happen unless there's somebody within the machine that's going to help bring us on. That's been my mission.
Y'all pray for me.
I ain't going to hold you. That's been one of my missions. I be actively recruiting all the time, because I, not only for entry-level positions, but, man, let us have an opening and I meet somebody. Hey, send me your resume.
Yeah.
Send me a resume. Because my thing is if I can bring more people along, it creates a safer space. Some spaces ain't gonna have, like, listen, I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm telling you this not from a co-host perspective. I'm telling you this as a friend that's been in leadership positions in corporate spaces for a long time. And there's a quote that I just always remember from Kwame Salter, man. He says, listen, if your path is tough, that means you're trailblazing for somebody else. If your path is easy, that means that somebody trailblazed for you. So the frustration that you're experiencing right now is because you're trailblazing for somebody else. You just don't know it yet. And once you get to a place of leadership and influence where, oh man, you know, they hear me. They take my word. Oh, this referral came from Amber. Oh yeah, we gonna hire you. You know, and then you'll be able to create that space within the confines of where you are, so you can lean on each other.
It's interesting that we're having this conversation because these are some things that I've thought about as I've evaluated where I kind of want to go with where I am currently.
Okay.
And just the opportunities that are before me, and there's not anybody that looks like me in those spaces.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, what is this really going to be like? You know, is this like, am I the one that really got to, you know what I'm saying? But there's nobody else that looks like me. I haven't seen anyone.
I just thought about something though. I thought about something, and this like may sound kind of crazy, but I just thought about something as it pertains to just you being that representation. Like, there's a number of historically black colleges and universities in North Carolina, right? And what I found with hiring recent college grads is a lot of times that information is so fresh in their mind, they're very moldable as it pertains to the culture that you're trying to build, right? But they got to see that representation. So one of the things that, you know, my team, you know, we've done is we make sure we hit them job fairs, man, because I want them to see that not only am I here to recruit, but I'm also here to advocate for you. Like, I want to be that safe space. You know, especially like, because I've kind of felt it on both ends, right? I've had the qualification and watched nepotism get in the way of me advancing. And one thing that I really gotta pray to God about is, cause see, like, once I don't get a promotion, especially if I'm more qualified than the person.
I'm so concerned about this.
I be like, hey man, I'm kind of done, bro. Like, cause there's not really.
Ain't no morale.
There's no. Yeah, like you're not. Especially if you don't come to me with some other responsibility as a consolation prize for me not getting this promotion. Like, do you really care about my development?
Damn, this gonna be a little awkward because my coworkers watch.
That's my coworkers watch too.
So I'm saying that because I'm in a pivotal transitional place. And these are thoughts that as a black woman I've been of course I'm not gonna have conversations with them because y'all don't understand.
Right.
But these are the active thoughts that I've been, you know, trying to process, just in asking myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you ready to be the representation? You know what I'm saying? You know, there are things that I'm paying attention to as a black woman that they've never had to pay attention to before, as a black person and a black woman. So sure, our branch is all women. I mean, we have one man there, but again, I'm the only black person. These higher up positions, they're far and few in between as far as us. So I'm just like, am I really ready?
Well, I think one of the best things that you could probably do. I think another thing too is, you know, as a black person in corporate spaces, I'm always showing the willingness to learn, because a lot of times being in those spaces and showing people that you have that willingness to learn, it really eliminates any idea that you're not coachable, right? Or that you're not willing to spend extra time to become the best version of that position that you could possibly be. And I believe that, you know, even though they may watch this, you know, but I don't think it should put you in an awkward position. I honestly think it should put them in a position of, well, man, maybe we should take some time to really get to know, you know, what it is like to be Amber in this space, what it is like to be black, what it is like to watch George Floyd on CNN and then come to work the next day, what it is like to see, you know, people get away with saying racist things on TV and then have to be around individuals that may not perpetuate it, but look like it. And it's triggering on both sides, right? It's just like anything else. If I've been severely hurt by somebody that only wears orange shirts, and then you come into work with an orange shirt,
right,
I'm going to have some issues.
For sure.
And so I think that we have to get to a place where we start to understand people and see the humanity in people.
Yeah, we talk a lot about relationship building and retention, just as far as, the business model. Have not yet seen any of us. There's one. But and this is just me actively thinking as far as, retention and what that would really look like for all. It's tough though, because not all the time do you see Black people as business owners of businesses that are doing well, and when I say doing well, I mean like millions of dollars in assets. Like the stuff that I see every day, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, because
like this money is really out here.
Right.
And we ain't got none of it.
Yeah.
We don't have any of it. This money is out here.
What's crazy is like I literally did not know that this existed in banking, but was a community reinvestment officer. So like there's like
CRO?
Yeah, there's like people who their whole job is to reinvest money that's in banks into communities to help them grow, right? And I'm sitting up here like, as much education, I ain't know nothing about this.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
So, like, and then not to mention, when you're sitting there and you're doing transactions for folks and you're seeing the amount of zeros, like, so when we lived in Phoenix, I always got a story. So we lived in Phoenix. We rented a house from a very, very rich Black man. And he used to get his payroll checks sent to the house, right? And like, he was, I think it was more of a motivation for me, because he used to be like, hey, Vince, did I get a check? I'd be like, I think so. He's like, open it up. I would open it up and he'd be like, read to me the amount that's on the check. He's like, because I got the bank on the other line, and if this ain't right to the T, we gonna have a problem. I ain't never seen so many numbers on a check.
That's crazy.
Like, I used to be like, like, you know how you gotta look at something because
counting to the comma.
Some checks have the amount and it's typed on. Yeah. Ain't no comma in between it. So you gotta count like, bro, is that 7 digits?
1, 2, 3, comma.
Like
or 1, 2, comma, 1, 2, 3.
Like, is this 7?
I've done it.
Is this 7 digits?
I've done it.
Like, I'm sitting back, like, so I read it off, it'd be like, I'd be like, yeah, the numbers is $8,322,000.
Oh my God.
And I used to be like,
that's crazy.
And I used to back in my mind like, bro, you can't slide me like.
And this is every day. This is every day. Like, these white people are used to money, like used to all them commas and all them zeros, and we really scratching and surviving because we're ignorant, though.
I don't want to say ignorant.
Like, the resources that they have, we weren't supposed to have them.
So is that ignorance, or is that more so just not being afforded the opportunity?
Both. We're ignorant because we don't have the same opportunities.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's necessarily. I would say we're more so oppressed, like that the opportunity doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Go oppressed.
But I think there's two things that you could do with oppression, right? Even in the corporate space, right? Even being oppressed in the corporate space, there's two things. You could succumb to the oppression and be like, you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna just do my time here. But that's prison. Right? Or you could say, I'm going to do something beyond this. But a lot of times what I'm seeing for us is that getting out from under the thumb of oppression in corporate spaces comes from you doing your own thing.
Yep.
And that's hard to swallow.
Build your own table, folks.
So you do got, I will say you do got to build your own table, but I also say, we need people that look like us in these machines.
Yeah.
People that have the endurance to withstand all of the BS, all the bull junk that comes from being in corporate spaces. We need people in the machine that can advocate and teach and say, yeah, no, that's not correct. Yeah, no, that's not right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And what I've also found, here's what I found too, corporate spaces. It's a whole bunch of beautiful Black sisters in leadership positions in corporate spaces. But what I've also found is, man, we gotta protect Black women. in these spaces.
I'm glad you said that. It's one thing to be black, and it's another thing to be a woman. Even if we take race off of it, right? Just sexism.
Just a woman.
As it is.
For sure.
It's hard out here being a woman and having to, like, your life somehow is proving your worth, your credibility, your reliability, your intellect. All these things have to be proven somehow because we are women. But to be a black woman, at that, it's just like, it's imperative to have someone that looks like me, that understands me, that got it out the mud like me, calling shots. Calling shots. Yeah.
I had to listen to some Griselda. She thinks she a dope dealer now. Yeah.
Calling shots.
Shout out to Westside Gun.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll watch this and become a fan.
Sponsor us.
But yo, I would say this too. I've also noticed that labeling a black woman don't leave y'all. And it's crazy. Like, for real. At every level, in every space.
Yeah.
That's why y'all got to be protected and advocated for. Because once that label hits y'all in corporate spaces, it's hard to get out from under that label.
Expound on that.
So what I'm saying is, it's like, once some man, it could be a black man or a white man or a white woman, says that, like, y'all are hard to deal with,
angry,
or you're angry,
rough around the edges,
or she gets upset easily, she takes things personally. Like, once those labels hit y'all in corporate spaces, you gotta either move to another corporate space, or you gotta have somebody to advocate for you every time somebody drops your name.
Yes.
And there's like this corporate language. Well, she can be a little uncoachable, or she can be difficult to read.
I don't take.
Yeah.
I advocate for myself.
But you also you can't be beyond the ability of being advocated for.
No, I'm not saying that I am, but it's just, that's not what one expects. Obviously, it's very much the tail tucking, like, whatever you are expecting, that's just never going to be me. That's just never going to be me. And now, granted, I have not ever had an evaluation that came back with uncoachable, unteachable, angry, abrasive, anything like that. But there have been some very conscious moments where I have not ripped somebody a new one because I don't want to look like the angry black woman. Trying to figure out, how can I play this smart and still advocate for self and still make sure the right thing is represented. I think we the only ones that got to think that hard in times of adversity.
It ain't no think.
Like, we really carry the one, like, puzzle piecing, you know what I'm saying, instances, because whatever we do or say is used against us. That's difficult. And that's me every day.
Yeah.
That's me every day.
Yeah.
Especially because my natural personality type is very,
And one of the,
you know what I'm saying?
And I'll say one of the challenges too, as I'm saying, to black men, a lot of times, and especially in industries that I've worked in, are predominantly women led and or occupied, right? Like, I was a teacher, right? Like, majority of teachers in the public school system are women. Majority of those women are usually white women. I was the only male on my team as a teacher, even as a program manager, where I am now. Like, I'm the only male at my level, right? What I've found is that, especially in these spaces, like, as far as leadership is concerned, like, as a teacher and even in other corporate spaces, a lot of times black men are fast-tracked. Like, we're fast-tracked to leadership roles.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of removed from the ability to advocate for you at the level that some of our sisters are on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know for, like, being a teacher, like, some of my buddies were fast-tracked to principal really fast. And that's usually just conditionally attached to the fact that just being a leader, right? And then there's a representative demographic perspective. You know, there's all these things. Like, oh, look, we got a black man, you know. And so there's the challenges there, right? But even beyond that, when I be at work, I be like, man, these my sisters, man. And I got to make sure that not only do I not let anybody say anything crazy about them, but not let anybody disrespect them in meetings. You know, you gotta stand up and be mindful of the people that you're working with, and taking chances, you know, and know that at the end of the day, it ain't nothing but a blessing to come out of advocating for our sisters, man. Because when you can depend on them in a corporate space,
Listen.
it ain't nothing but a blessing.
Have you a woman in your pocket? That's just what you need. That's all you need.
I be, boy.
That's all you need.
I go talk to one of the older black women in my job.
That's all you need.
Real quick. And I be saying,
get
yes,
stuff
ma'am.
done.
Yeah, for sure. I can trust y'all. I'm telling you, I can trust y'all. A dude been to hit me, oh man, I forgot to send that email. But man, I asked one of the sisters at work to do something.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
What? we not gonna talk about, what we not talking about?
People that be forgetting to do stuff. We're not gonna talk about people that be forgetting to follow up.
That felt a little personal.
We're not gonna talk about it.
That felt a little personal. I'm glad we hit the 30-minute mark.
Yeah.
Because it's time to close out this episode.
Good.
That felt very personal. Because there's some stuff that I've seen other people forget too.
Listen. All I'm saying is, it is a good thing to have, you know, a woman on your side. I just think naturally who we are just makes life better.
Should we sing Young, Gifted, and Black to close out the episode?
How'd that go?
You don't want to?
You can sing it down. Take it away.
Well, that's strike 2.
Where was strike 1?
Because you don't know how to play spades.
All right, bro. You see? Okay. All right, cool. I see what we're doing. Cool.
Hey, we appreciate
right.
y'all. We appreciate maybe by the next time Amber will know the words to Young, Gifted, and Black, and we'll sing it for y'all.
No, I'm trying to recall.
Yeah.
I don't know.
To be young, gifted, and black.
Never heard of it.